Our next presentation is titled Ready, Go, Set, Finding Leading Indicators to Prevent Premature Starts, Assuring Uninterrupted Construction. Research Team 323 has analyzed surveys and case studies to verify the most common indicators and their associated business impacts. Here to present their findings are Timothy Oberlender, Senior Corporate Facilities Manager for Pioneer Natural Resources, and Brian Parsons, Home Office Manager for KBR.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. As the mayor of Springfield, I'm very happy to be standing here with the owner of the Springfield Possums and the selected contractor from RBK, who's going to be completing the construction for this new project. This project has been completely funded by the bonds that we voted in just last week, and this will be one of the most aggressive construction schedules ever. In just 10 short months, we have committed to be hosting the Super Bowl. Go Possums!
We're really happy to be getting this contract.
We sure are too. You guys are the only ones to bid on it. Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Man, nice looking tractor here. But where's the rest of the equipment? Where's the people?
Yeah, you realize that's not even my piece of equipment. I'd love to mobilize the people. I don't know how many people I need to mobilize. I'd love to mobilize equipment, but I don't know how many pieces to mobilize. You realize there were no drawings, anything in the bid package.
What do you need drawings for? Aren't we just get concrete trucks and we just pour the stadium and then we put seats down, right?
Sure wish it was that simple. I've got to figure out where to stage the equipment. I need to start laying the project out. I need to know where I can park my people.
Park? What do we need a parking for? Everyone's going to take the train to the game.
The train, you realize that train's not going to be ready for 5 years. We're talking about parking people now.
These are all just details. What we need to do is get this project started. We got a game in 10 months. We got to get this stadium up. I got to go find a quarterback. Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you.
Yeah. Will you be ready for next summer?
You realize I haven't received any specs, any drawings, anything to work from? See all my guys standing around, my equipment's idle. I don't have anything to work from.
Well, I started working on that last night since we met last time, and I made a model. Stadium right there.
Do you think I could take this out to my guys? I mean, the morale's bad enough. I haven't gotten anything to work with. Now I'll go ask them to build a stadium from this. They're going to drag up on me.
This has got everything you need. You can show them the whole layout of the stadium, show them the big screen, and that's my sweetie right there. That'll cheer them up. We got to get this going. The tickets are already sold.
We are here to begin mediation proceedings for the contractor taking 3 times as long and being 3 times over budget to build this stadium. We'll also discuss a pending public funding claim.
Well, that turned out great. That mayor and I should have gotten some input on that aggressive schedule I had and some of those assumptions we made.
Yeah, it was a pretty big red flag whenever he told us we were the only one interested in the project.
Yeah. Well, there is some input we should have gotten from some other parties. That train still hadn't shown up.
Not to mention, we really should have understood the objectives and drivers a little better, so we all could have mitigated them.
Sure would be nice if there were some indicators showing we were starting construction too early.
Well, thanks to CII and Research Team 323, there's some leading indicators now.
Brian Parsons, one of our team members, also known as a contractor with a very nice yacht named Change Order. So I'm Tim Oberlender with RT 323. I'm here today to talk to you about starting construction too early. We have a Well-represented team. As you can see, we have 7 owners and 7 contractors that were on the team. When we started a couple years ago, the charge we had to find leading indicators to premature start of construction, we struggled for quite a while just to understand or define what a premature start of construction was. And so what we came up with is this definition, that it is a decision by at least one party to start construction with at least one risk that exceeds the acceptable tolerance of another party and also results in an interruption in construction. What this means is someone's pushing to start construction and someone will suffer from it. So we conducted our research from a qualitative and quantitative approach. Our qualitative thrust consisted of reviewing 20 case studies from our team members' experiences and reducing that into 8 in-depth case studies that were applicable to the research. Our quantitative thrust consisted of almost 200 surveys that we had from our team members' colleagues and the construction users roundtable membership. We categorized the data into drivers, indicators, and impacts. We found that all projects have drivers to initiate, sanction, and execute the projects. We correlated the leading indicators given the project drivers and the potential impacts for a premature start of construction. Our quantitative data shows that an owner's overly aggressive mandated schedule, the owner's perceived benefit to an early start of construction, and time to market were the most common drivers to a premature start of construction. What's nice about our data, you can see that the owners and the contractors' perspectives correlate well with the contractor's perception amplified. Here we plot the frequency and the severity of the impacts from an early start of construction. As you can see, the usual suspects, cost, schedule, and overtime are the most common and severe impacts from starting too early. We found that the most common indicators were late design deliverables and engineering documentation not complete. Again, you can see the owner and the contractor's perceptions are correlated well with the contractor being amplified. I know in this room we all have a variety of project experiences, but I think we all can agree when it's all said and done, it's about the numbers. And what we found is that projects that start construction too early have issues. As you see here, we found from our data that 23% cost and 23% schedule average overrun on projects that start construction too early. Now this doesn't say that premature starts construction is the cause of this performance, but what our data shows is the projects that start construction too early have these results. So we developed a spreadsheet tool that you'll see in our breakout session that utilizes drivers and indicators as inputs and presents the potential impacts and their probability. This tool can be used to communicate to management and stakeholders some of the potential impacts that will happen from starting a project too early in construction. These reports and whatnot can be used to identify other potential early project activities like a risk assessment, PDRI, or peer review. Our research answers the essential question: what are the leading indicators to signal a premature start to avoid unattended construction interruptions? What are the factors that drive a premature start of a construction phase? And what are the types and impacts of the interruptions related to premature starts? The value our research brings is the documentation of the drivers and impacts from a premature start of construction and the identification of the leading indicators that signal a premature starts. Our findings can be used incorporated in the project risk assessment or the overall planning. And it can help facilitate communication and alignment between stakeholders early on in the project. Now, during our breakout session, we're going to have a little fun. We've got a Lego exercise that will help reinforce our research findings. I will say it won't be as elaborate as the stadium the Springfield Possums built or the model that you see up here on the screen. Please come and join us later this morning and after lunch in National Harbor 4 and 5 to find the answer to the essential question: what are the leading indicators that signal a premature start of construction to avoid unintended interruptions in construction? Thank you, and look forward to seeing you later today.